Holt Construction Corp's primary focus is to make sure that each employee's safety and well-being is protected. Equally, we have a responsibility to protect the public and to always prevent damage to equipment and property during construction activity. All subcontractors must provide a competent person for each trade and job site pursuant to the Master Services Agreement. A competent person is defined by the OSHA as one who is capable of identifying existing and predictable hazards in the surrounding or working conditions which are unsanitary, hazardous, or dangerous to employees, and who has authorization to take prompt, corrective measures to eliminate them. By way of training and/or experience, a competent person is knowledgeable of applicable standards, is capable of identifying workplace hazards relating to the specific operation, and has the authority to correct them. Some standards add additional specific requirements which must be met by the competent person. If you are not feeling well, please don't come to work. Practice social distancing. Maintain 6 feet of distance apart. Cleanliness and hygiene. Wash your hands with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer frequently. Avoid touching the nose, mouth, eyes, and face. Clean and disinfect frequently used tools and equipment. Communicate. Report all suspected cases of COVID-19 illness. Be aware of COVID-19 signs and symptoms. Skill Signal apps are free and are available for download to any device. Clock in, clock out with your personal phone. Daily health screening questionnaires will appear on your personal device upon clocking in. Automated daily logs and analytics of attendance. Video orientations to keep workers informed and aware of immediate surroundings. Record-keeping compliance. Workers can upload certs and training cards to their profile.
Holt superintendents will communicate the following with subcontractors before arrival to the job site. Ask your company-designated competent person about the site-specific information listed below: access points, emergency egress, muster points, bathroom facilities, hand wash stations.
Prohibited: stealing, gambling, jewelry, music or MP3 players, illegal drugs or alcohol, smoking except in designated areas, firearms, knives longer than 4 inches, zero tolerance for fighting horseplay, riding in the back of a pickup, cell phone use while working, harassment including sexual, racial, staring, rude comments, violations subject to Holt Construction disciplinary policy. This includes immediate removal from the project. Note: local police departments perform random searches on Holt job sites and at employee parking locations. PPE for eyes, face, head, extremities, and protective clothing shall be provided, used, and maintained in a sanitary and reliable condition. Holt requires 100% full PPE, hard hat, ANSI standard Z87 safety glasses, gloves, high visibility safety vest, steel toe boots, composite toe. ID badge must be visible at all times. Hard hats. Your brain is the most vital part of your body. Any damage done there will affect the rest of your body in some way. Even small objects can seriously hurt you if you are unprotected and they fall from great heights. Safety glasses will protect your eyes and will save your sight if you wear them properly. They can protect you from dust and flying particles such as metal shavings and sawdust, gases, vapors, liquids, and intense light. They offer no protection in your back pocket, your pickup truck, at the house, or around your neck. Gloves. Your hands are your wage earners. Protect them. Holt requires 100% glove use on site. Hands are hurt more often than any other part of the body. Hand injuries don't have to occur. It is up to you to think and keep them out of trouble. Be sure you wear the right kind of gloves for the particular kind of work you are doing. Employees will be briefed on periodic drills to coincide with site emergency procedures for this building's general operations. If a medical emergency occurs, please notify your Holt superintendent immediately. All employees generating dust, which potentially contain silica or lead, shall comply with procedures established to minimize their exposure and shall cooperate with exposure monitoring programs conducted by their employer, the owner, or Holt Construction. Holt Construction Corp shall maintain and provide a complete inventory of chemicals brought to the job site via SDS. Note: SDS must be on site. All SDSs will contain product information, product identifier, name, manufacturer and supply names, addresses, and emergency phone numbers, hazardous ingredients, physical data, fire or explosion hazard data, reactivity data, information on the chemical instability of a product and the substances it may react with, toxicological properties, health effects, preventative measures, first aid measures, preparation information, who is responsible for preparation and date of preparation of MSDS. When handling chemicals and hazardous materials, appropriate safety equipment must be properly donned. This includes hard hats, goggles and or face shields, rubber gloves, aprons, work shoes. Drop cloth will be used to contain any splash off or accidental spill. Spill response. Equipment will be available on the job site to contain or control a reasonably anticipated release or spill. All chemical spills on the job site must be reported immediately to a Holt team representative. Note, all containers containing chemicals must be properly labeled at all times to ensure HAZCOM compliance. Proper lifting procedures should be utilized when lifting objects off the ground. Break load into parts. Get help with heavy or bulky items. Ask or use a dolly. Lift with legs. Keep back straight. Do not twist. Use handling aids such as steps, trestles, shoulder pads, handles, and wheels. Avoid lifting above shoulder level. Report all accidents and incidents immediately to a Holt team representative. Injuries, property damage, fires, near misses. Accident reports include date, time, location, description of operations, description of accident, photographs, interviews of employees, witnesses, and measurements. We have permit processes that need to be completed before you can work. Multiple permits may be required for your workday. Your foreman or supervisor is responsible for completing these permits. You are responsible for reading, participating with the process, and signing off on the JSA, Job Safety Analysis. If you feel like something can be added to this document to make your crew safer, do not hesitate to bring this to the attention of your foreman or supervisor. JSA. List all potential hazards associated with each job task and mitigations for each hazard. Must be specific. Hot work permit. Confined space entry permit. Every confined space on site is considered a permit-required confined space. SDS sheets for the confined space will be kept at entry and exit portals of the confined space for the duration of work. Atmospheric testing must be performed before entering a confined space. General. Hot work operations include tasks such as welding, brazing, torch cutting, grinding, and torch soldering. These operations create heat, sparks, and hot slag that have the potential to ignite flammable and combustible materials in the area surrounding hot work activities. Note, a single hot work fire can be devastating. Guidelines. Hot work should be performed in designated hot work locations. A hot work permit is valid for 1 day and for one area. It should be posted in the area of hot work for the duration of the activity. Firewatch. Designated employee whose sole purpose is to monitor hot work activities and stand by in case of a fire. Fire protection equipment. Equipment used to extinguish a fire, typically fire extinguishers. Posting the permit. Permit should be posted at the work location. Permit closure. Once all hot work activities have been completed, then the permit should be closed. Lockout. The placement of a lockout device on an energy isolating device ensures that the energy isolating device and the equipment being controlled cannot be operated until the lockout device is removed. When a lock is attached to an energy isolating means, it is not to be removed without authorization of the authorized person responsible for it. Tagout. The placement of a tagout device on an energy isolating device indicates the energy isolating device and the equipment being controlled may not be operated until the tagout device is removed. When a tag is attached to an energy isolating means, it is not to be removed without authorization of the authorized person responsible for it. When not in use, cylinders shall have their valves securely closed and regulators removed, and the protective cap must be in place. Storage should be outside of the building or structure when these are not being used within 24 hours. Weekends will be considered storage, and these need to be stored in an approved location. All CGCs will be moved or transported in approved carts and properly secured. Ensure that your company name is on the CGC. Always operate your tool according to manufacturer's instructions. Maintain your tool regularly. Keep cutting tools sharp. Never remove guards. Disconnect tools when not in use. Never use a damaged or defective tool. Remove damaged tools and tag them do not use. Keep cords away from sharp edges. Do not use corded power tools in wet areas. Use tools in well-lit areas. Be sure you have been trained on the tool you are using. Use the right tool for the job. Inspect your tool before use. Must be certified to use. Never point the tool at anyone. Never place your hand over the muzzle of a loaded tool. Always wear eye protection when using these tools. Always wear hearing protection when using these tools. Load immediately before firing only. Do not leave tools or accessories unattended, even for a short period of time. Never carry a loaded tool from one job to another. Note, keep power-actuated tools in a safe place when not in use, preferably under lock and key. All extension cords are to be 12 or 14 gauge, 3-pronged, and damage-free. This includes ground prongs must be in place. Outer insulation must be damage-free. Note, cords not free of damage will be removed from service immediately. Note, GFCI protection is required for all electrical equipment. Note, subcontractor personnel are required to perform daily inspection on all electrical cords and power tools. All tools, cords, and power sets shall have an assured equipment inspection program maintained on quarterly basis. All tools, cords, and power sets shall have an assured equipment inspection program maintained on a quarterly basis. Falls continue to be the major cause of fatalities in the workplace. Fall protection is required any time work is performed 6 feet or more above the ground. Most workers are exposed to all kinds of potential falls and don't realize it. Holt requires all employees using lifts or mobile scaffolds to be tied off. Remember to inspect your personal fall arrest system components before and after each use. Remember the anchor point must have a tensile strength of at least 5,000 pounds to meet OSHA regulations. Note, if caught without necessary fall protection, disciplinary action or removal from the job site will be enforced. Aerial lifts include boom-supported aerial platforms, such as cherry pickers or bucket trucks. Employees need to have a certification card for the operation of a boom or scissor lift. Safe work practices when using lifts. Inspect all aerial lifts before use. Do not stand on the rails, buckets, planks, or any makeshift device while working from aerial devices. Use a body harness with a lanyard attached to the boom or basket to prevent the workers from being ejected. Note, the major causes of fatalities are falls, electrocutions, collapses, and tip-overs. Note, scissor lifts or booms require 100% tie-offs at the job site. Top rails, mid-rails, and toe boards are required for scaffolds at heights greater than 6 feet. Proper access and egress is required on all scaffolds. Scaffolds are required to have an inspection tag that is initialed daily. Baker scaffolds are to have all 4 casters locked. Guardrail protection is required if Baker scaffold exceeds 6 feet. Note, at no time is a worker to be on a scaffold that is being moved. Inspection of ladders. Before use, you must inspect the ladder. Broken or damaged ladders must not be used. Ladders needing repair must be reported to supervisor, tagged out, and removed from the work area. Check the following. Load rating stickers are on the ladder, are in place,
and legible.
There are no bent, cracked, or missing rungs or back supports. The slip-resistant feet are in place and in good condition. Protective covers or barricades are to be provided for all pier holes, excavations, trenches, floor openings greater than 2 inches in diameter. Red tape. Danger, do not enter. Used to indicate overhead work. Workers not involved with overhead work are not to cross red tape. Yellow tape, caution. Used to indicate potential hazards. Barricades, used to prevent unwanted entry to an area that has potential to create a fall hazard. There are many hazards associated with excavating and trenching. Access egress. It's important to have a quick, safe, and easy way to get out of a trench or excavation in case of an emergency. Protective systems. Sloping, shoring, and shielding. Never enter a trench that is 5 feet or deeper without some type of protective system in place. Don't go into a trench unprotected. Placement of excavated materials. Spoil piles and equipment are to be kept at least 2 feet away from the edge to prevent them from falling into the trench and injuring workers. Poor housekeeping creates fall and tripping hazards on job sites, leading to massive numbers of minor injuries, minor hurts and pains, and massive lost time around the nation. Cleaning up during a task is part of doing the job right. All materials should be kept at least 10 feet away from the leaning edge. Job site or general, debris or trash containers or dumpsters overflowing, extension cords in aisleways or stairwells, storage yard. Aisleways are cluttered, creating fall or tripping hazards. Scrap lumber with nails exposed. Unstable piles, bricks, bags, etc. Equipment, cab, trash on the floor, food and drink, grease on floors of the cabs or on the handrails.